signed out. Just refresh.
Yep. All right, here we go. Stream is starting. I said you want to be starting something. Yeah. Oh, yeah, boy.
All right. We're back.
That's right.
How you guys doing?
How you doing, you momos?
This is our soft open. Again, if you're first time joining the live stream or if you're watching this on a playback, we're just getting warmed up here.
No, we're not. We already warmed up.
We're warmed up.
We're sufficiently warmed up.
Yeah, it's hot.
Up in this motherfucking studio, though.
I'm sweating like Patrick Ewing at the foul line right now. Yeah, so let's see who's here right now. Shout out to Raider Homer, Omar Medina, Pete, of course, MVP caller. Shout out to Raider Rich, and of course my man Bobby Wasabi. It was good to see you last night, brother.
Yeah.
Juice in the house. Gotta have Juice back over here, but I'm not going to subject you to this heat. Dr. No, aka the Good Doc. What's up, dude? Hardcore Raider in the house. Noe, shout out. Hey Joe. Great song. And Omar Medina, Sean Grogan. Just Win Johnny. What's up, Johnny?
What up, Johnny?
Man, it's good to see you, brother. And that's it for right now.
Hey, the whole crew's here, man.
Yeah. Should we get this thing going or what?
Let's do it, though. Let's do it.
Let's see here. All right, just a quick sound check. Everything's good. We're live. You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the number one podcast in... Let's start that over again. My program is not cooperating.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, yo.
Let's set up right. Hold on, let's restart this. I'm trying to do this glitch free for y'all. You know what I mean? You deserve that. You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the number one podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler. What's good, Che?
What's good, brother? It's good to be back, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's good to be back in the Crow's Nest doing the Pillaging Podcast.
See if I remember how to do this.
I know, right, man? Shit. Yeah. Technical difficulties over here. Bear with us, y'all. Bear with us, y'all.
We're getting some pops. I'm not sure what that's all about, but we're going to roll through.
It's a little hot. Could just be PCs are running a little hot right now, though.
Could be a little hot.
A little hot.
Let me check the temp. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cores are running good. Cores are all right. You know, but here we are. A little intro for you guys. Episode 13, recording tonight of The Crow's Nest. So make sure you guys tune in for that on Tuesday morning. Again, that's our companion podcast. You want to check that out for sure. Follow us on Twitter at Pillaging Pod, at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, and of course at KaneMT6. Tonight's guest is going to be Gent. He's coming back on. He's filling in for Kane, who's out of town this week. Ask you guys to continue to leave some reviews. We got some reviews stacking up right now. We're going to get to those probably in a couple episodes. We'll let those stack up. We appreciate it. If you can't donate to the show, leave us a review, leave us a rating. We want to know what you guys think. Give us some tips, some critiques, and how you feel about us. Also merchandise, of course, OneNationFanwear.com. Make sure you get your original, unique, custom champion jersey made. and DC4LCustomTees.com. Shout out to Dan over there doing big work. And I guess it's time for that chill out, bro.
Oh, you already know, dog.
Let's go.
Hit him with that. Oh. Oh, yeah. We both gonna get that live crack over here. Clean off the top right here. Clean off the top right here. Ah, yeah. Yeah, that was a good one right there, dog.
Yeah, I can smell it already. So what are we drinking
I'm
here?
pouring this out right here. This is that Bear Mango Flossy. Again, this brew was sponsored by your boy, Bobby Wasabi. Yeah, Bobby, hey, thank you, dog. You did us a big favor by leaving these delicious chelas here for us to review, man.
These are supposed to be gone last night, but we never got to them.
But so this I have not had this yet. I haven't even tasted this yet, but it's described as having glorious notes of ripe mango, coriander, and vanilla. And it's a sour, right?
Yeah, it is a sour.
It's a sour, another sour.
It's a beautiful color.
Delicious. Look at that.
Try to hold that
Nice
up
golden. It's blending into the background, man. It's so golden. Oh yeah, the mango. Oh yeah, it's there. That's there.
And that vanilla comes in the end, kind of smooths out the sour.
Yeah. I like that, man.
So mango, coriander, vanilla flavor. I'm not getting a whole lot of the coriander, but maybe that's going to come through in a few sips. It's warmed up a bit, but I think that's actually a good thing. You can taste beer a little bit better when it's not ice cold. Although ice cold does sound
Let's
good.
see real quick. I'm just going to run down the hops on this because it has all the hops listed here on the back right here. It's got that it's got Cascade hops. That's what it has. 5.5%. Whatever that means. And then you got your IBUs at 11, so it's not bitter at all, right? And it's a 5% on alcohol by volume.
This is a sweet sour. I think
It is. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
It's very sweet. It's a lot more on the sweet end than the most recent sours that we've had. But I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it at all. It's got that good mango flavor. I expect a little sweetness from that mango flavor.
Yeah. Shout out to Bear Bottle Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Where are these guys at?
San Francisco,
California. Nice local beer.
Yeah.
And shout out to Kelsey Holstein, who crafted the original recipe on that.
There you go.
Nice of them to put that on the bottle.
That is, man. That's cool. Who knows, man? Maybe one day our names will be on a bottle. Who knows?
I would like that.
That'd be fantastic.
I would like that.
Not just a brand, but our actual names as brewers, man.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty nice.
We need a few beers. We need a crisp lager for these hot days.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. We need a sour. You know we need an IPA.
Yeah, double IPA.
Double IPA. Triple IPA.
Yeah. Might as well go hard, right?
Go all in, dog.
Yeah, that'll be the flagship beer.
You know what I mean? And then a stout.
A stout.
We gotta find a stout.
Yeah.
You know, if we can knock out 4, that'd be dope.
A stout, a triple IPA, a Mexican lager, a
Yeah.
cerveza, and then a sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A cerveza that you can make cheladas con che. Yeah. Yeah, you right?
I like that.
I like that too, man. Let's make it happen, brewers. Who's out there, man, trying to do a partnership, man? Let's get it done.
Not a whole lot in the news for the last couple of weeks. If you guys known, we've been off the air about every other week, and that's probably going to be the rhythm here during the off season until things pick up a little bit. Both because, hey, we need a break. It's a slow news cycle, and summertime is for family, so we got a lot of family things going on. We have Father's Day.
Summertime.
How was your Father's Day?
It was good, dog. It was good. I told you a little bit about that last week on the Crow's Nest, right? It was kind of like an all-in-one celebration, right? We celebrated your boy's birthday, right?
And happy birthday.
Thank you again, right? Thank you. You don't have to repeat that again, but thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so my birthday was on the 13th. That was a Thursday. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go to the lake. And we can just do the celebrations all in one.
Yeah.
You know, do a little birthday, a little Father's Day. We had a good ass time, dog. It was nice. The weather was nice. It was windy, but it was hot, so it didn't really matter. actually felt good to have a little bit of a breeze, And we got to kick it on the lake, man. And my cousin came through with a boat, and we went tubing, and we had a good ass time, man. The Munchkin was loving life out there, man. Just taking in all the sun. She looks darker than me now. Yeah, she's getting all the sun, man. She looks very healthy.
Good.
Very healthy.
Juice wants to know if you cut your hair, but you're not cut your hair.
No, I have not cut my hair. Although it's been up for debate, man. When your boy's gonna cut this off, because it might be time, might be about that time. But I am gonna donate my hair. That was kind of the purpose when I realized, it's grown out quite a bit. I'm just gonna let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna let it go and I'm gonna donate the shit.
Donate that shit to my dad, bro.
I'll donate that shit to my dad before I donate it to your dad, dog. My dad's hurting for some hair too, dog. No, I mean, I think it should go to a good cause. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people out there, a lot of young kids, and we already know, a lot of charities do that kind of work for patients that are going through cancer and stuff like that. So I would love to do something like that for those people in need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
If I can, I can. Might as well do it.
Let's do this really quick because we're still getting some technical difficulties. I'm going to reboot over here.
Okay.
So hit that stay tuned graphic.
Okay.
Those of you on YouTube right now watching live, hang in there with us. It's just going to take 5 minutes. Grab a beer, use the restroom, make a sandwich, do something, and we'll be right back.
Yeah, and let me know what chelas you're drinking on in the chat, yo.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be back.
We're back.
Peace.
Set these tabs up really quick, and then we should be good to go.
Yeah.
That's my bad. I should have tested that. I'm not going to open as many tabs either.
You think that's what it was?
It could be a lot of
combo.
things. It could be a lot of things. Could be that I left the computer running.
Bobby Wasabi exposing himself right now. No, I'm just playing. Gelato Shatter. Watch out now, Bobby.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, and we're back. Hopefully that fixed things. It seems like maybe it did. We'll find out. Starting fresh over here. Anyways, you got the intro. You got the chilla. Now it's time to smack you in the face with some quick hits. First off, let's talk about Hard Knocks, man.
Let's do it. Let's talk.
Quote from the Oakland Raiders on Twitter. Everyone wants to be a Raider, but nobody want to be a Raider. I'm just kidding. Everyone wants to be a Raider. Now Shout out. Everyone wants to be a Raider. Now they'll find out what it takes to become one. That's right. The Raiders have been tapped as a subject of this year's Hard Knocks on HBO. Despite protests from the team owner and several of its coaches, the network cannot help but select the content monster that is the Silver and Black, helmed by their titanic mouthpiece of a head coach, John Gruden. Results have been mixed thus far, but we polled Raider Nation on Twitter, and your responses were surprisingly supportive. Over 95% of the 1,000 responses we received, most of you said you'd be glued to the TV each and every week as the team's offseason is chronicled by the HBO and NFL Films crew. Here were some of your responses. Sorry, it was a 91%. My bad. Bionic Raider, he said, I do like the fact that this is a chance to grow the Raider brand. And I think that's a poignant comment. The Raider brand, probably one of the most recognizable sports brands across the world.
Absolutely.
But over the past 14 plus years, taken a bit of a hit.
Yeah.
But hey.
That's what losing does, right?
Yeah.
That's what losing does.
Mama Luster says she'll be watching because that's her team. She'll always support them and can't wait to get to know the rookies. And that's a good point. That's a salient point that actually ties into our point that we're going to bring up here just in a minute. Evil Jester said, you're goddamn right. I'll watch live every single week. Fuzzy says, we get a whole month of Raider content before the season starts. You bet your sweet ass I'm watching this. Florida Raider Nation says, those saying no are lying. Raider Nation for life. Mr. Marcus 7, this season will take HBO's ratings to a global record. Gruden alone will sell this team to anyone who tunes in. Can't wait to see Incognito versus Perfect. They will set the tone for toughness. Overall, I love the show, says El Lugo, but since it's the Raiders, it's just that much sweeter. A lot of good stuff. Here's Shorty. Shorty's one of our great Twitter followers. He says, oh, I'm going to fucking watch. Although pros, John Gruden mic'd up, access like we never had before, seeing everyone's personality shine through. And again, Gruden mic'd up. Cons, the media will have a fucking feast with every little fucking thing that happens. I'll be forced to answer many questions from people.
You're fucking right.
So there's a lot more. There was over 70 responses on this. We're not going to go over all of them, but I think that's a good spot right there, Shorty. I think you really encapsulated like both sides of this, right?
Yeah.
Because you see it already.
Yeah. I mean, we're already taking a beating in the media, bro. So it ain't going to be no different.
Yeah.
Just maybe a little bit more. Just a little bit more. It's to be expected. Come on.
You know, John Gruden can get on the mic at a press conference and say he loves his quarterback, Derek Carr, shown significant improvement.
Right.
But we're going to continue to evaluate talent around the league. Our priority is to always make this team better.
Right.
5 minutes later, Derek Carr's on the trading block.
Yeah.
And this isn't just the Raiders. I know we're Raiders fans, so we follow the media as it pertains to our team, and we think, oh, they're zeroing in on us. Yo, this happens around the league.
It does.
This is the world that we live in. It's clickbait world that we live in. But here's what we have to say about it. Okay, so here's the thing. While many feel like it's a distraction, the cameras and the media flying around the locker room and the practice field, it's nothing new to most NFL players. If a team of paid athletes can't keep their focus in the midst of media presence, they weren't cut out for prime time in the first place.
It's true.
Furthermore, Hard Knocks doesn't serve as a TMZ-esque expose production. Rather, it typically aims to tell the story of up-and-coming players and veterans on the fringe, journeyman players on the fringe. The storyline plays out through the final preseason game, leaving audiences to find out who made the cut and who didn't once the season starts. The new cut-down rules make this time of year especially exciting as we move to 1,000 players to your regular, 52, 53-man roster?
Yeah.
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 So,
yeah.
I think that pairs well with this type of production because you don't have the multiple cut down weeks. They're going to follow these storylines and it ends, and you're wondering like who's going to make it. Boom, and then the season starts, and then you find out.
Yeah.
So I guess to kind of distill that all down to like one point is, cameras in players' faces is nothing new. If you've watched this show in the past, it's not an expose. It's not a clickbait factory. The articles that come out as a result of it might be, but it's really just kind of a candid sneak peek behind closed doors. They don't seem to air any dirty laundry, so to speak, maybe a little bit of drama. But I've been watching Hard Knocks for a few seasons now, and I haven't seen anything that was really crossed on the line.
Okay.
I watched last year, and I told you guys Hugh Jackson was a clown and was going to get fired.
You did.
And it happened.
You fucking text me right away.
The first night, right?
First episode. You're like, bro, Hugh Jackson's a clown. He's getting fired, bro, before this shit ends. I was like, yeah. Yeah. And then he got fired.
Real fast.
Real quick.
So we also ask you guys, who were some of the players, the fringe players that you'd like to see on this squad, on this production, on this season. And we'll talk about that a little bit when Jen comes on the air a little bit later because we're going to ask him the same question. And Che and I will share our thoughts, and we'll kind of relate some of your thoughts. We got a few responses on that. That tweet just went up today, so it's just sitting there marinating. If you're listening live right now, feel free to call in with your response. Talk about what are some players you'd like to see under the spotlight, so to speak.
Yeah.
So what was your initial reaction to this? Were you excited? Were you kind of like, oh, it's going to be a distraction? What were your feelings, Jay?
So when the speculation was going on, I was on I'm good. Like, we don't need that, right? I was on that side of the fence. And much like most of our fans, right? It's kind of like we see it as a distraction, right? But your boy Kenny, we were having a discussion before we came up here, and your boy Kenny brought up some good points. It's like, man, these guys are professional athletes. The cameras are always in their face. And it's not like we haven't seen tons and tons of video clips already of cameras following Derek Carr and cameras following AB to Derek Carr's house and going out to the practice field to a high school and all this kind of other stuff. The cameras are always around, regardless. It's just this time it's on a TV show.
Yeah.
It's gonna be shown to the entire nation, not just to the people that follow the Raiders, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're absolutely right, man. Like, this shouldn't be a big deal to the guys that are on this squad.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't be a fucking distraction.
No.
And if it is a distraction, then you're not cut out for this. Maybe you're not cut out for this at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect to see our guys going to work, right? Getting their lunch pails, going to work, putting in that effort. And I hope to see a lot of positives and be excited. I'm going to be excited regardless, right? I'm going to be fucking excited.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to see the positives that gives us like a good feeling about this season as it comes closer, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, if an HBO camera crew is going to derail your season as a player, you got bigger problems.
Yeah, man. I mean, as a player, as an athlete, as your ability should not be deterred or changed based on whether or not a fucking camera crew shows up. Because guess what? Your entire like motivation is to show up on Sunday and perform in front of millions, right? To the very same camera crews.
Yeah.
So if this doesn't motivate you further and doesn't get the best out of you, then man, maybe you need to go to another squad.
And who better to navigate this than, Mike and John?
Absolutely.
They've been in front of cameras for the last decade.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, granted, the last time John coached, the biggest distraction was Madden on PS2. I remember that story coming out. Players are spending way too much time playing Madden. And,
trying to get their ratings up.
and this was a story last offseason. Now he came in. Hey, it's a new era that we live in, John. It's 2018.
Yeah.
You got Instagram and Snapchat and media and Twitter and players posting comments on the daily. How are you going to navigate that? I thought he did. I mean, I don't even know if he had to do a good job. Our team has never really had issues like that.
Yeah.
Aside from like Marquette King being like the most vocal, and we saw what happened to him.
Right.
So
it's true.
And he tried to use social media to get his way back in here.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work. Fell on deaf ears.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this team is led by a group of people that's not going to let this get in the way. And as Raider fans, all we can do is benefit, bro. all we can do is benefit. We get more content of our team.
Absolutely.
And since John Landed, even more so now that AB is here, we've gotten a ton of behind the scenes clips this offseason. And you guys are all going nuts over it. Nobody mentioned, hey, why are we watching AB practice in the East Bay? No one's complaining about that. Everyone's like, yeah, it's cool. And then you brought up a comment that all of this behind the scenes action that we're getting is really showing off the camaraderie in Oakland. If anything,
absolutely.
It's settling the water, showing, hey, look, AB and Vontez getting along just fine.
Right.
This guy used to clock me. Now he's got my back. That was like one of his quotes.
Yeah.
And he posted a picture of him and Vontae standing behind him. So if anything, I don't think that this will make things worse. I think it should calm some nerves and be like, you know what? I see this group coming together. I see this team gelling. I like what I see.
I mean, and I don't know, who else has seen the videos of the linemen, defensive linemen at like Six Flags going on the roller coaster.
Yeah.
Your boy Ollie. like shitting his pants crying on that roller coaster, man. They were going in on that guy. But that just goes to show you, like, they're doing things. I think I saw some pictures from like a softball tournament in Las Vegas or like a home run derby or something like that. And they're all out there cheering each other on. You know what I mean? And it's becoming apparent that this team is becoming a family. At least that's what we're getting from those images and those videos and the commentary and the little, the mic'd up sessions and stuff like that. So that's beautiful, man. That's what I want to see. I don't want a team that's in question. I don't want to be like, do these guys actually like each other?
Mm-hmm.
Do these guys like really want to be on the same team? Mm-hmm. Are they really working together, or are they working against each other? Are they trying to show each other up, or are they trying to like just whoever wins as long as we win?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what it should be about, right? That's what a team is about. It's not about who gets the stat, who gets the tackle, who gets the catch. It's that we got to catch.
Mm-hmm.
It's that we got to tackle, and that we won the fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see that. I want to see that bond continue to grow. And hopefully that's what we see in the Hard Knocks, man.
And if you're worried about this being a distraction, just wait until this team actually lands in Las Vegas. It's a city full of distractions.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's the first professional football team in the entertainment capital of the world. And we're really going to be under the spotlight for that. So look at this as maybe a little warm-up to Sin City.
Yeah.
Which I think we're going to be fine over there. But, I mean, if you're really looking at it underneath a microscope, then you got to think big picture and look ahead to Las Vegas, because that's a distraction waiting to happen too.
Yeah.
Again, 2019, there's distractions all over the place. There's people texting and driving. That's a distraction. Be worried about that. Focus on yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until I see a cell phone on the sideline, I'm not worried about it.
Or in the field goal post rap. who hit a fucking cell phone in the field goal post rap?
Yeah.
Remember that touchdown celebration?
That sounds like something Chad Johnson would do or something.
I think it was, man. I think you're absolutely right. I think you're right.
So, it is what it is, but I'm really looking forward to some of these storylines and watching some of these younger players and finding out a little bit about them. And it's going to get you to start rooting for players that maybe you hadn't considered before. And again, we'll talk about some of those names when we get to Gent's segment in the second half here.
Oh, yeah.
So, is Darren Waller poised to be the breakout star in Oakland this year? Prior to joining the Raiders last season, Waller had been plagued by personal demons and had previously served 2 suspensions for violating the team's substance abuse policy. That was in Baltimore. Waller came over from Baltimore after serving a year-long suspension in 2017. Thus far, Waller is lined up all over the field during the offseason and his first full offseason with the Silver and Black, and seems to be doing well. He made a few comments about basically waking up every day, starting every day brand new, and minding his P's and Q's and staying on the straight and narrow. And he feels like getting a second chance and being surrounded by this new family, being extremely supportive, the organization, the coaching staff, the players, everybody. And day after day, he's just piling up personal victories. And so shout out to you, Darren Waller, for keeping your nose clean.
Absolutely.
And seizing this opportunity. This is something that we've seen the Raiders do in the past. We saw them do it with Aldon Smith. This is something that's ingrained into the Raiders' history. And some we're seeing with Vontaze Burfict, and some we're seeing with Richie Incognito.
Right.
Darren Waller probably on the bottom of that list as far as like severity goes.
Right.
But substance abuse is no joke.
Right.
It's a monster.
Absolutely.
So when asked about the veteran tight end, Raiders QB Derek Carr had this to say. Darren has a skill set. He has the want to. He has the aggression to do it. Now he just has to go do it. I'm really excited about him. Darren Waller is super, super fast, if I'm being real, and he works his tail off. He's very smart. I can check a play within 2 seconds of the play clock being out, and he'll be on it and run the right thing. He's super fun to be around. He's a great guy. Coaching staff is banking heavily on Darren Waller, who in his career has only posted so far 18 receptions for 178 yards with an average of 9.9 yards per reception, 2 touchdowns. And pretty modest, but this coaching staff is all in on Darren Waller.
Yeah, but well, I mean, listen, the storyline so far doesn't give us reason to believe that this guy's gonna be a world beater. But the talent and the abilities that he has are all there. And I think he made a comment in one of his interviews as far as his past issues as being related to mental health, right? And really being a reflection of his feelings towards himself, right? Talking about not feeling worthwhile and how that affected him and how, drugs became involved that way. And so when he's talking about these little victories, these little moral victories on a daily basis, he's talking about finding something to be proud of himself for, right? And believing in himself. And I think as long as his mindset stays that way, as long as he continues to see himself in this positive image that the team is reflecting on him, right? The team is saying, like, this guy's amazing. All he needs to do is believe in himself, and he's going to be hard to stop, right? He's going to be one of the stars of this team. As long as he has that belief in him, he has those people that are backing him up, and he continues to believe in himself, there's a very good possibility that this guy will be the standout of the season. You wonder why, a team doesn't fight harder to keep a guy like Cook after what he did last season for us.
Yeah.
And then you have the coaches talking about this guy and feeling like he could fill those shoes real quick and maybe even do more. Possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, certainly he'll have a lot of help and a lot of ways to get open, right? Because you got AB, you got all these other weapons, so you're not going to be the focal point, which means a better chance for you to make these big plays. And if you can run a 4.5, which I believe he does, then all right.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got, Darren Waller, because I'm excited.
A 4.5 at 6'6", 255 pounds. Hey, sign me up.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Let's see a touchdown. Hey, listen, Darren Waller, I'll tell you right now, you get a touchdown in the first 3 games, I'm going out getting your jersey, dog. You get a touchdown in each of the first 3 games, I'm getting your fucking jersey, dog.
I'm going to hold you to that, man.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I swear to God. You heard it here first.
Darren Waller, man. I'm excited. A lot of people are excited. But, again, cautiously optimistic.
Absolutely. We have reason to feel that way, right?
So 26 years old. I think he's a candidate for a Hard Knocks storyline. He's, low-key, lightweight, a journeyman at this point. Lightweight, struggle with some stuff. Is he on the fringe? No. He's definitely not on the fringe. Not with what everybody said about him.
Right.
Not with everything that John specifically has said about him. But he's looking like a Jared Cook replacement, at least on paper. Big shoes to fill. Let's see if he can do it.
Yeah.
It's hot in here, bro.
Man, I'm glistening, dog. And by glistening, I mean I'm soaking up my shirt right now, dog. Okay? I'm slipping on this table every time I put my elbow down. It's not pretty, y'all.
It's a good thing you wore black and not gray, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I know, right?
I got this Champion Moisture Weekend double dry shirt.
That's the way to go. What we need to do is we need to get some Pillaging shirts and some motherfucking,
mesh.
Some mesh jersey, like mesh shirts, bro. Like the what do they call it? The dry fit.
Yeah.
Shit, we need to get some shirts like that.
Hey Johnny, put us up on game.
Yeah, Johnny Dan, somebody help us out here. We're dying.
I want to get one of those Champion jerseys, but ain't nobody want to see me rock that without a T-shirt on. I can tell you that. Personal note: I am down about 23 pounds.
That's right.
I was started last season at 175. I finished the season at about 225.
The season did you good.
Yeah, I got
you real good.
Got real healthy, bro. I'm back down to about 203 right now. So
there you go.
Target goal of about 180. We'll see if it happens before kickoff in September.
That's good shit.
This mango flossy is making it really hard for me to stick to my program though, because this thing is delicious.
I know, right? And there's 2 more in the fridge, dog.
There is. Former NFL QB and one-time Raider accused of swindling $350,000
Oh, man.
from former cornerback Carlos Rogers in a scam centered on keeping the silver and black in Oakland. The good news is both of these guys only played for the Raiders for 1 year, and yet were very much committed to keeping the team in Oakland. Once a Raider, always a Raider. However, Carlos Rogers probably did not expect to be pillaged for 350 large.
Damn.
350 racks. So former Eagles quarterback Rodney Peete accused of stealing $350K from former NFL Pro Bowl cornerback. That's a reach. It's a reach. Now you got it, Carlos. You got it. So he's reportedly suing Pete for the return of his money plus $100,000 in punitive damages. That's a total of $450,000. Rogers says Pete showed him a real investment plan that looks solid. When he invested through $350,000, Pete told him if the plan fails, all investors would get their money back paid in full. However, nobody got their money back. Pete is allegedly stalled. You're stalling. And came up with excuses in the past, according to Rogers' lawsuit. Pete's camp has since refuted this, saying that he never even started any such campaign like this.
Oh, man, that's a bad look.
That's a bad look.
That's a bad look, bro. The best thing you could do is just be like, yeah, you know what? I kind of fucked up. I promise I'm gonna work to get you your money back, dog. I'm sorry. Shit didn't go the way I planned. But you're denying the whole thing? Now you're looking out there for other people to fucking come out and say, no, motherfucker. Yes, you did. You came at me with the same bullshit story. That's going to make you look really bad, dog. Ain't no one going to trust you after that.
No.
Come on, Rodney Pete.
Not even.
Come on, bro.
Rodney's hitting up Holly right now. Hey, let me hold $1. Let me hold $1, Holly.
Holly's like, how the fuck did I get out of this mess right here?
Holly's still cashing syndication check, bro.
She's still trying to go hang with Mr. Cooper. Oh yeah,
shit, man. And that's really all the quick hits we got. Should we hit callers and then take a break?
It's your call, bro.
All right, let's do that.
It's your call.
Let's wait. We need a break. I'm sweating like you and at the foul line right now. It's hot. It's real hot. All right, let's take a break. We're going to come back with your calls. If you guys are watching live and you want to call in with your Hard Knocks takes and who do you think might be a focus of that, do so now. You got about 5, maybe 10 minutes while we go cool off for a moment. Maybe grab some cold ones. I know you got one on deck. You probably want to swap that one out.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go put this one in the fridge again, bro.
So let's do that, and we'll be back.
Though.
In the meantime, we out you.
Peace.
Go Raiders. Hey. Audio check. Get some reports that
Microphone check 1 2. What is this?
Get some reports that the audio is a little quieter than usual. I think I might have rectified that. Let me know if you hear a difference right now. Let us know in the chat before we get started again.
How's it sound, y'all? How's it sound? Juice says much better.
Much better. All right, yeah, it should be good. Look at your volume level over there, Che, and let me know, is it in the red or is it?
Let me see. Mic check. There you go. Yellow. We're in the yellow.
Yellow's good. Yellow.
Mid yellow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, cool. All right. You ready, Che?
Let's do it.
All right. And we're back on the air. Yes, back in the air. Shout out to Dirt Lot.
Yeah.
Who let me know that the audio was a little quieter on the feed, on the live stream. Got that fixed. Those of you listening to the audio podcast will not notice a difference. And I can go into that, but it's very technical. Very technical.
That's the magic of post.
You don't want to hear about that. So right now we're going to go to our callers. Then we're going to get Jen on the line. We want to get kind of your takes on some of the things we put out there. So let's start. We got some catching up to do because we were off the air last week. So let's get into it real quick. First off, it's Hardcore Raider. He's got a two-parter. So what do you have to say?
What's up, Pillagers? This is Hardcore Raider. I know you guys aren't doing a show for the Father's Day weekend, but it just got announced that we're on Hard Knocks. So we're going to watch Days of Our Lives all episode long for the HBO special. And I'm not excited about it. Yeah, of course I'm going to subscribe or get HBO, I'm sure, just so I can see the Raiders. But I just think it's unnecessary drama when we're trying to build something strong here. And, you know, I focus a lot on the hate, and this is only going to amp that shit up, man. I mean, there's always motherfuckers hating, but this shit's going to make it even fucking worse. You're going to have every motherfucker chiming in. Oh, Green does this. Oh, Green does that. Oh, go fuck yourself. How about that? Go fuck yourself.
Hey.
So, you know, I mean, let's get something straight. The hate killed the team last year. The team never had a chance the moment they stepped on the field. A lot of the hate came from fucking us, Raider Nation, not me personally, but other so-called fucking fans. You know, and if we start out the season like that, guess what? When we're on the road, we got to deal with all that adversity. And the team will not unite. They will not bond, and we won't be clicking on all cylinders, man. They got to squash that shit. We got so much against this. This just throws another fucking shit storm in the mix. So, might end up being a shithole. Be pretty hard to fucking overcome all this shit. I'm a Hardcore Raider. I'm fucking out.
But that's not all he had to say. He called back in to tell us how he really feels.
This is Hardcore Raider again. One last bit I wanted to say. For anybody that's going to come out there and be like, oh, well, it's the Raiders and we're used to the hate or whatever. Yeah, I've dealt with it my whole fucking life or whatever. But at the same time, that's like your boss or someone giving you a shit sandwich. A sandwich is full of fucking dog turds and a cup of coffee filled with diarrhea and
Easy.
puke, and drinking that shit, and you're supposed to say, oh, that's good. That tastes great. You know, fuck that shit. Yeah, I embrace the hate. Fucking take that shit in, gobble it up, use that shit for motivation. Hell yeah. But at the same time, I mean, it doesn't make a difference whether or not we're on Hard Knocks or not. It's always going to be there. This just amps it up to another fucking level. I guarantee it. You guys wait and see, man. I'm fucking telling you, this shit is not going to be good for the fucking team. And so, anybody wants to say, well, you just deal with it. Well, enjoy your fucking shit sandwich, and then after you get done eating a big old fucking turd, tell me, that does taste good. And then go fuck yourself.
So Hardcore Raider's definitely going to be tuning in every single week. Yeah, I get it. I get your concerns. You know, we try to keep things positive over here on the Pillaging Podcast. I'm going to say a lot of this is blown out of proportion. It's going to weed out the weak links at the very least.
There you go.
You know, we saw it happen again. I'll restate it. We saw it happen with Hugh Jackson last year. I think he got exposed a little bit.
Yeah, he did.
He tried to keep Baker Mayfield in his place. Starting with episode 1, he was taking it to homeboy, and look what happened to Baker Mayfield. More importantly, look what happened to Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
And another bonus is we actually found out how to pronounce Tyrod Taylor's name.
Right.
So, you know, silver lining right there.
Silver lining of Hard Knocks.
This next call comes from the 760, which you know means it's Raider WAP.
What up, guys? WAP. Oh, man. I mean, Hard Knocks, bring it. Fuck it. Anyone that says, oh, this is distracting. Distracting from what? 4 fucking wins? Are you kidding me? It's not going to do much in hurting this team. If anything, it's just going to strengthen us and just show the camaraderie and everything going on. But to say that this is a distraction, no, it's not. It's really not that big of a distraction. And I would say maybe if we were like 12-4, like we were in 2016 and 2017 and 2018, yeah, it'd be a fucking huge distraction. But we've been a fucking grease fire since 2017, so all you could do is just pretty much show what's going on that we could already figure out for ourselves and show us a little bit of some good TV. That's all I give a shit about. I want to just see Raiders. I don't care if it's good or bad. I just like to see some Raider shit. Other than that, I mean, nothing else going on. Let's just kind of wait until camp begins and we see who gets cut and who doesn't. I'm looking forward to it. I think about buying a Vontez Perfect jersey and incognito jersey just to piss a whole bunch of fucking snowflakes off. That's just my thing. I like pissing people off. All right, WAP out. You guys have a good one. Drink your beers. I'm on my way home. Peace.
So, good call. Overwhelmingly positive from the WAP. A thunder-free WAP on this episode.
That was the thunder-free WAP, dog.
The Raider critique goes on to clarify his comments. He's saying, again, it's the aftermath of the media hate, not the players dealing with the cameras. But you said it yourself, hardcore Raider, media hate's always going to be there for us. And yeah, this is going to amp it up a bit. But again, I stand by it. If you're going to let the media distract your team, then your coaching staff and your front office is not doing a good enough job deflecting that media hate from the team and shielding your players from that team. Are they going to see it? Yes. We live in a very connected society. It's completely impossible to keep people shielded from that. But your leadership can do everything to keep them on track. So if you're skeptical about Hard Knocks, I think you're also skeptical about this front office and this coaching staff. But you're entitled to your opinion. You're entitled to this concern, I guess. It's not unwarranted, not at all. But, you know, I haven't really seen Hard Knocks completely derail or shut down an entire team from the inside out. So until that happens, until there's some dramatic expose and Hard Knocks is to blame for it, I can't say I'm entirely disappointed by this. In fact, I'm very excited by this.
No, I mean, if anything, we can kind of use the Cleveland Hard Knocks as a gauge, right? I mean, yes, Hugh Jackson was destroyed by that show, essentially, but that began the turnaround for that team. So, I mean, if it exposes anybody, then, I mean, nobody that shouldn't be exposed should be getting exposed, right?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, losing is going to tear your team apart.
Exactly.
That's probably the biggest concern. And winning, if we can win, if we can put together a winning season, it doesn't matter what happened in the offseason. You know, it's all going to be in the past. It's all water under the bridge after this.
There you go.
So I'd rather get it over with now rather than our first year in Vegas and have all that on our plate. It's a big plate. That's a big Vegas buffet plate full of distractions right there. And if you ever see me at a Vegas buffet, you know what I'm talking about because I go hard. I go hard at the prime rib table.
Hard in the paint. Hey, don't fuck up and get me in a seafood buffet because then it's really on, dog.
It's over.
I'll see you soon, Rio.
We're gonna stay in the 760. This is not Raider WAP.
What up, Jeff? What up, Kenny? I'm on the Raider on my way to work. Calling to see what's cracking. In the news, I saw some shit on Arden Key. He's 260 now, and just a couple months ago he was 245. I guess he had shoulder surgery, and the defensive line coach Preston Buckner was showing him the almost sacks or whatever and shit, and it seemed like it was pretty cool. And he's kind of like says he's gonna do big things this year, so I'm hoping if he's 260 and we got Cleveland Farrell the feral dog on the other end and shit. Defense might look okay. Still worried about the secondary, even though, we have Carl Joseph and Abram roaming the secondary at the safety position, and I kind of like that. I'm watching a lot of clips of Antonio Brown fucking torching Carl Joseph and Joyner, it looks like. So, but I think the defense might be a little better. I'm really excited for this offense. I think incognito, say what it is, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. But, fuck, I think that was a hole that we had, and I think that we just locked it up, and our offense can be real fucking special. So, they're saying that the receiver Tyrell Williams, that he's been like the star of the camp right now. That he's gonna be a real stud on our offense. I'd like to see what you guys think about that. And not a lot of news. Raptors just fucking won the Bill O'Brien Trophy, so or whatever the fuck his name is. So I guess they took it home. Fucking kind of sucks for Oakland. But hey, what kind of beers you drinking? Where you guys staying at in New York? You know what I'm saying? Might have to give a fucking phone call and get a super Mexican over there and shit. Heck, you guys. That was a funny ass story, Jet. God damn, I didn't call him last week, but that was a funny ass story. But all right, man, you guys have a good one. Drink one on me, and catch up with you guys later.
Yeah. That was a good story. And Jent's back on this week to tell us about Super Nigerian. Just kidding. Just kidding. There's a lot to unpack there in that call, but let's focus on the Carl Joseph comment and Abram in the backfield. We didn't really talk about that in the quick hits. Guys getting burned left and right by AB. Hey, nobody said that was going to happen. That wasn't going to happen. Carl Joseph, not known to be an AB killer. AB's a killer himself. Yeah. So expect that. And if anything, it's a good look. You want to be the best, train against the best.
That's right. Absolutely.
And as far as Tyrell Williams being an offensive star on this team, hey, I can see it. A rising tide raises all pirate ships.
There you go.
And AB is that tide this offseason. So he's going to get a lot of attention from opposing defenses, which is going to free up somebody on this team, whether it be Darren Waller or all the way up to Tyrell Williams. We're yet to see who's going to benefit.
Right.
But I like it. It's a good problem to have.
The problem, the main thing is there's going to be benefits, right? And that's all we should be concerned about is that there's going to be benefits.
Yeah.
So get ready, y'all.
Get ready.
It's going to be enjoyable.
He called back here. He's got one more question for us.
Hey, real quick, my bad. I just wanted to ask you guys a question. Hey, is it just me though? But on these all these clips of the Raiders, training and shit, doesn't it seem to you guys, or at least it does to me, that Antonio Brown seems a little fucking fake? I mean, he's carrying shit up, and I'm excited for him to be on the team, but his whole "I love you, brother," with this big old $1 million smile, just I don't know, man. It kind of feels like a boiling pot that might pop later on and shit. It seems a little too fake, you know what I'm saying? I like his attitude. I like the way he's gelling the team together, but if things go bad, I don't know, man. I hear, brothers do fight, you know what I'm saying? Gotta knuckle them up every now and again and shit, so, but man, I don't know. It's kind of worrying me, like, man, it kind of looks a little too fucking staged for the cameras and shit. Shooting shots at Ben Roethlisberger and Juju, so, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I meant to say that on the last one, but I fucking forgot. All right? Later.
So, first of all, I don't know the name of this caller. I know I should recognize it, but I don't think you stated your name, so I can't address.
It's Pomona Raider.
Oh, it's Pomona Raider. My bad.
Pomona Raider.
My bad. Yeah, that makes sense. My bad. Your question. What was the question? What's he saying, Rob?
So he's talking about AB's attitude on camera.
Him smiling.
And he feels like it might be a little fake. That's what Pomona Raider's saying.
Are we reading too much into this?
I think so.
What would you rather him be? Salty and getting under people's skin?
I mean,
no disrespect, Pomona Raider, but which way would you rather have it? I'd rather have a joking, friendly AB, shooting the shit with Derek Carr, and if it's fake, it's fake. If it goes south, it's going south.
Right.
Regardless of how he acts on the front, if it's a boiling pot, like you said, in the making, then it always will be, and it always has been.
Right.
You were excited when we signed him, I think. So just stay excited. I mean, let's not get over our skis about this.
There you go. I like that. I like that idea. I like that attitude. It's like this, man. What can happen will happen, right? What can happen will happen. What's supposed to happen will happen. And what can't happen won't happen. So if he is, then we'll see a change at some point.
Yeah.
And if he isn't, then we'll realize we read too much into it.
Trust me, if we start off this season 0-6, it's going to get hot. And it's going to get hot regardless of whether AB's there or not.
It's true.
If we start off and we win a couple games, all good in the hood. Winning's the best deodorant. We say it over and over every season. So
easy. You're going to see a lot of fucking dap, a lot of love, a lot of hugging, a lot of, I love you, brothers, as long as this fucking team's winning.
Yeah.
If this team's not winning, there's going to be some fucking disappointment. There's going to be some anger. There's probably going to be some arguments. It's very simple, man. That happens without being fake. You can be all lovey-dovey with fucking your boys, and then as soon as shit goes south, you fucking at each other's throats, right? Why? Because you can't count on each other to fucking turn things around.
Yeah.
So as long as they're fucking backing each other up and there's success, everything should stay the same.
You ever had a new job and you show up and for the first month it's all peaches and cream and you're acting friendly and you're getting to know people and you're the new guy on campus. And after 3 months, you've had enough bullshit and the real you starts coming out.
Like some of them.
And the cheese man starts flying around and you start talking to people. Hey, we all go through that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Show up with the right attitude, though. That's where it starts. Fake it till you make it if you have to. And like I said, if this team starts winning, it'll all be just a thing of the past. If it starts losing, you can't blame the quote unquote fake attitude in the offseason for the dysfunction that we may or may not see. And that's just going to come or it's not. You
Right.
know? Whether or not AB's smiling, I don't think. I'd rather have him smiling to start the offseason. That's what we need.
There you go.
So let's go to the 970 right here, Colorado.
Kenny, Jay. It's Jay from Colorado. Just calling in. Haven't called in a while. Just driving home. Basically on my weekend now. It's Saturday, I guess. But just wanted to call in and I guess kind of speak. I haven't spoke since the draft. And basically, I'm really digging our team, man. Really digging what the kind of guys we brought in the locker room. Obviously, Incognito, that's just one guy, man. That's one bad apple. That's not going to ruin it all for me. But out of everyone I think we've acquired, man, I still think Antonio Brown's my favorite guy, bro. This guy, man, he's just a leader. Like, that's, I think my favorite part about him is, like, I'm always seeing on his Instagram, on his Twitter, just influencing the other players on our team to do better, to challenge them. And I just think that it's going to be contagious. Maybe not this year, but maybe in a few years when AB's leaving, we might have the next guy up who's going to be realizing how to be that guy, be AB, be the guy, be the number one guy. So I'm hoping that he kind of passes that down to the next generation of Raiders. But hey, other than that though, I got nothing else to say. Loving the podcast. Hoping some news comes up soon. Go Raiders.
Yeah, great call. Thanks for calling in, Jay. With everything that we just said, I think that call pretty much stands on its own, right?
Absolutely.
So, two sides of the same coin right there. You can pick which side you want. Hey, I'm just riding right down the middle. I'm just waiting to see how this whole thing plays out. You know what I'm saying? Hoping for the best like we always do about this time. So let's move on to the 707. That's one of my old stopping grounds right there. And this call comes from IR Johnny.
There you go.
Yo, guys, IR Johnny. Been a minute since I tanked the two.
Can I just say that IR Johnny has an incredible voice for broadcasting?
He does, man. He's got that like deep fucking He's I don't know, that like announcer voice, right?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Come down to the studio, Johnny.
Yeah, Johnny, let's get you live, bro.
You can take my spot.
Well, Johnny he did come on live. He was on the phone, but he wasn't in studio. We need to have him in studio.
Yeah.
It'd be good.
Well, we'll have him sit down at the tailgate again this year.
There you go.
Anyways, onward.
Minute drill. Anyways, HBO Hard Knocks, guys. Yeah, love it or hate it. It's going to be pretty cool, in my opinion. Just, it's one of the most secretive organizations in the NFL. Al Davis, he'd probably be in court right now trying to keep the cameras off the field. But
yeah, okay, so that's something we didn't really touch on when we talked about this, and I meant to, is Al Davis hates this move. Al Davis is rolling over in his grave right now. All the high fences and the blacked out practices and the mystique of the Raiders, all built very intentionally by Al Davis to keep everybody out. I remember Shannon Sharp, working for ESPN, came to cover the team. And Al greeted him with security guards in the parking lot. I said, nah. He was afraid he was going to report it back to the Broncos because Shannon Sharp's always going to be a Bronco, right?
Yeah, man, he's a hater.
He's sour when we win.
He's a fucking hater.
I remember when we laid that 50 burger on Denver and his post game or whenever they covered the thing on NFL Live
Full
or
of
whatever.
Excuses and shit.
Super sour beer.
Yeah, man.
Super sour beer.
Super sour beer. the sour beer that we release is gonna be called Shannon Sharp.
You goddamn right. You son of a bitch. All right, sorry to step on your call, IR. Here we go.
It's a new organization, new owner, and a different time for Raider fans, man. It's going to be pretty cool to see behind the scenes, and especially now with all the characters that are going to be there. But I'm looking forward to keeping an eye on Josh Jacobs, hearing about his story and everything. The cornerback situation is going to be very, very interesting. And of course, we're going to get some surprise cuts, man. It happens every year, but particularly this year, we're competitive at every position. We drafted 3 DBs in the first 4 rounds, so it's going to be competition, man. It's going to be fun. But yeah, look forward to listening, guys. It is my birthday tomorrow, so give me a happy birthday shout out. And Kenny, I'm going to hold you to it, man. If you guys can make it, it's going to be great. September 21st, Che, Kane, you guys are all invited, man. It's just going to be free food and got somebody catering. We're going to have a bartender there, so it should be open bar. And up here on the mountain, it's going to be fun, man. Come to my wedding, guys. It's going to be great. So go Raiders.
Yeah. Happy birthday, dog.
Happy birthday. Congratulations on the upcoming wedding. Yes, September 21st. All pillagers are invited. Just kidding. Just original pillagers only. I got to get that up on the blog, actually. September 21st. IR Johnny, I'm looking to be there, bro. I'm hoping to bring all these crazy fools in tow with me. Just be careful what you ask for. Because once Che and I get 6+ on us,
oh, yeah.
it's on. My other question is, the other question is, can we podcast from the reception? That's what I want to know. Can we go live from the reception?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, good call there, IR Johnny. I think we kind of responded to some of your points there at the upfront, but we'd be honored to be out there. We're going to try our best to get out there. So I'm sure it's going to be fun. You and your lady, a whole lot of fun. And I look forward to meeting your family and friends too. It's going to be cool. And hopefully that's up in the 707 area because it's really nice up there. September 21st. Should be warm. Shouldn't be too bad. You know what I mean? But yeah, thanks for the call, Shadow Stevens. Shout out to Hollywood Squares. Dr. Johnny Fever from WKRP in Cincinnati.
Oh, man, that was a good show.
Someone said that on the, I think that was Bobby or somebody said that. Oh, no, the good doc says it sounds like WKRP in Cincinnati. WKRP in Cincinnati. I like that show. All right, let's move on to the 559 here. It's a short call.
What's going on, fellas? This is Central Valley Raider. Just touching bases with you guys in regards of your question I've seen on Twitter of Hard Knocks. A couple things going on with that Hard Knock situation. One, it puts the target on us. Oh shit, never mind.
Never mind. Central Valley Raider, get your thoughts together. Write it down. Call us back.
Call us back, though. Don't worry, bro.
Got
No one's judging, dog.
Got a little nervous there.
Yeah, get your shit together. Come on
all
back.
good.
We're waiting on your call, dog.
Thanks for the call, brother.
Yeah.
Let's go here to the 360. We got just 2 calls left, and we're going to move on to Jen.
Kenny, Che, Karen, what's up, Pillagers? This is Pete. How we doing?
Doing all right.
So, how's it going, man? How's it going, Kenny? How's it going, Che? What I gotta say this week is something of a conspiratorial sort. We made a surprise draft pick. We did that. But is it really a surprise draft pick when Quinn Williams has an ankle injury? Joey Bosa had to leave the Niners, so he fucked the Niners. And Josh Allen can't practice with the Jets right now. I hate to figure it this way, but I hate that my mind goes towards the idea of oh, by the way, someone knew something, but bro, that's what's happening. Come on now, Pillagers.
Somebody did know something when they asked about it. They gave their critiques on Josh Allen and some of the other guys that were slated to go before Farrell.
Yeah.
You know, they said they didn't think Josh can hold up to the rigors of the NFL. They felt like he wasn't a physical enough, tough enough player to do what they were going to ask him to do. So it's not a conspiracy theory. It's a good point, Pete, and I'm glad you touched on it.
Just saying. And what happens next? So, okay, you guys will probably have talked ad nauseum about 7 p.m. waiting on my YouTube. I'm just saying, it's like, okay, so we're on Hard Knocks. We're on Hard Knocks. Everything's going to be visible, but I don't know that you guys believe in spooky shit. I don't know that you believe in, magical shit like I do, but I'm serious when I say, like, I figure this, like, just don't be down on it. Like, this is the last omen we must pay to the football gods. And after this, we will be incredibly, incredibly, incredibly successful. That's all.
We can end the call right there.
Yeah, let's just stop right there.
But we won't.
Know what I mean? I feel like that. Okay, so we got to go through Hard Knocks, and after that, that's it. It's the last step. Know what I mean? With Mr. Gruden, Mr. Carr, everything like that. I don't want to talk about Hard Knocks or DL Hard Knocks, but what I'm trying to say is, like, this is it. We're going to go through Hard Knocks, and the next step is victory, no matter what. So, out of the way. All I got to say tonight, group chat, anything else, like, just my auntie, she passed from small cell cancer last night, and for the love of God, Pillagers, just don't be afraid to tell someone you love them.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to give someone a hug and tell them that, they mean something to you, because I'm fucked up right now. I'm pretty emotional, and just don't be afraid to say that. That's all I got to say. Either way, see you later. See you at 7 p.m. Be good. Wait.
Thoughts go out to you, Pete, and your family. I know it's hard to lose somebody.
Absolutely.
Really hard to lose somebody, and I hope you had a chance to say something. And if not, don't beat yourself up over it, because you know what? Family's family, and your aunt, she knows you love her, dog.
Absolutely.
It's been a rough year for a lot of folks. We've lost a lot of people. And I just like to say right now that this podcast is actually dedicated to Oscar, a young man that we lost a couple weeks ago who was shot to death in his car in San Jose. This kid I wasn't really close with, but a kid that I knew, a kid that was very respectful to me in an area where it's hard to gain respect, and shook my hand every night, showed up early and on time every night, and had a couple cool conversations with that kid, and was actually on the path to straighten his life out, had a job, trying to get away from some bad habits and get out the gang and whatnot. And, they took him anyways. It was his time, I guess. Maybe it wasn't. Doesn't feel like it was. There's actually a rosary for him on Monday. I'm going to try to get out there. But loss is hard, man. And don't get hung up on what you didn't do. Focus on the good things that you did do, because those moments, those last forever, especially when it comes to family.
Yeah.
So we love you, Pete. Thanks for calling in, especially at a time like this. I know it's really emotional. Hopefully we can offer some bit of escapism for you, and keep your head up, bro. Keep your head up. Props to you, brother.
Yeah. R.I.P. Rest in peace, yo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Last call here from the 864. It's a short one. Let's see what's going on.
Kenny, Shay.
Oh, shit.
Just want to call up, say congratulations. Y'all boys about to get paid. I heard that y'all were set on the show. Congratulations. So I'm assuming this is your last episode. So good job selling the show. Good job promoting it, getting it out there. Now you guys can sit back and retire. I heard you guys are getting a big check for that. Who would have thought that shit? Selling it to a place out in Kansas City? That's true Raider Nation right there. All right, gentlemen. Enjoy them cigars.
That's fake news. We actually didn't sell our show in Kansas City. We sold it to Telemundo.
There you go.
One of the largest broadcasters in the world.
Come on now.
And the show will be rebranded as Sábado Gigante.
That was actually Univision, bro.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. My bad. That's racist of me to say that.
I wish they would bring Sábado Gigante back, dog. Sábado Gigante starring Kenny and Che. Watch out now.
It's going to be a 4-hour show. Watch out.
Man, Sábado Gigante took up your whole evening, dog. I hope you understand, like, Sábado Gigante was like a 5-hour show.
Hey, that's what folks did on Sundays, bro.
That's it, man.
They went to church. They
No,
came-
Saturday.
Oh, Saturdays.
Sábado.
Oh, Sábado, yeah.
Yeah, man.
You know why I always confuse that? Because I hear Sábado, I think Sabbath.
Yeah.
Sabbath is on
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Sábado.
Domingo is Sunday.
Domingo. Yeah, and there was a show called Siempre en Domingo. That means always on Sunday.
Okay.
But that was like during the day. That wasn't as big of a hit, man. They had a lot of music. That's pretty much it.
So
Sábado Gigante was the shit.
So you sit there, you're ironing your Sunday's best, getting ready for church. You're watching Sábado Gigante.
It's not. It wasn't early in the morning. It was like kind of like midday.
That's
I
what I'm
would say,
saying.
like midday.
You're getting ready for the next day.
There you go.
You
There
got,
you go.
You got the ceviche.
There you go.
You know, marinating.
Yeah. Sábado Gigante was the shit, bro. We watched that religiously.
I used to watch
dog.
that, bro.
Religiously, dog. With the chacal?
Yeah.
Bro, he used to blow his horn, just get all those bad singers off the stage, kick their asses off the stage, dog. That shit was funny.
I used to watch that in the Chavo.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
I learned a lot of Spanish from those.
You fucking right, you
I mean,
did.
I stick around for the novellas when I was young.
That's right,
and,
man.
You know,
Those
maybe,
are like my favorite shows growing up, dog.
maybe hit the mute button.
Here.
Get something safe on the recall button. Just be on the lookout for the, you know. You know what I'm talking about. Hey.
Oh, you boys. Hey, this is for the Crow's Nest, dog. You gotta save this story for the Crow's Nest. It's the wrong show right here, dog.
You're right. We're going to take a short break. We're going to get Jen on the line and we'll be right back for our final segment.
Yeah.
We out here.
Peace. Warm.
Hello.
Hey, what up, dude?
What up there, boy?
Give me a minute. I got you on the line. We're going to crack these windows. Che just hit the head, and then we're going to get you on the air. Cool?
Yeah, no, you good.
All right, man. Hold on.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just waiting on Che right now. How's your evening going? You're still live streaming on YouTube, just so you guys, just so you know. And
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, what's the weather like right now in KC?
Oh, it's beautiful right now, bro. It's beautiful right now. It's like 70 degrees, no humidity. Feels like I'm in Cali.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good.
I heard y'all had a heat wave. It was hella hot.
Yeah, it was not this last week, but the week before that, it got up to about 110 degrees out here. That was
Yeah. Yeah, I saw this. Said y'all was breaking records. I was like, damn.
Yeah, and that's hard to do out here, bro. But it was hot.
Right, that's why.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, damn.
And then we got a break. It dipped down into the mid 70s most of the week, and then it's climbed up to about it's just shy of 90 today. But it's supposed to cool off again tomorrow. I was lying to Che. I was like, yeah, once the sun sets, we're gonna get that Watsonville breeze. Well, it ain't here yet.
Nope.
But we'll see. Let me hike up my shorts real quick. Let me air it out. Yo. All right, hold the line real quick, gent, and we're gonna get right back on air.
Yeah.
Yep, no, you're good.
And we're back. We're back on the air. Kane couldn't make it this week, so it's Gent's Corner this week. Filling in for Raider Kane. Gent, how you living, brother?
Yeah, I'm doing great, y'all. Kane is still your corner, dog. I'm just a substitute teacher.
Yeah. There you go. Hey, someone's got to man the corner at all times,
Hey,
right?
man. All the time.
Can't leave the corner empty, yo.
Hell no.
Gent, man, it's been a few weeks since we talked to you. Your last segment was a big hit. I expect this segment to be just as spicy. But first off, let's get into some Raiders news. We've been talking about Hard Knocks pretty much this whole episode. What's your thoughts on it? Your gut reaction to the news? Are you with it? Are you skeptical? Are you indifferent? How do you feel about it?
My gut reaction to the news was, I mean, when I say gut reaction, like split instant reaction, because I'm so Raiders with it. I know the coach, John, he didn't want it. And because he didn't want it, I didn't want it. But as soon as they said we was going to do it, I ain't going to lie, I was like, bet, I want to see it, bro.
Yeah. Hey.
So it is what it is. I was like, oh, well, John, you didn't get it your way. You didn't know. Well, I was rooting for you that it wasn't us, but since it is, we'll be watching the show.
Yeah. Hey, man, and Mark Davis was out there about it, too, before it happened, saying we don't want none of that. We don't want any of that. Well, you should have thought about that, Mark, before you started posting pictures on the gram with porn stars. You know, Bonnie Rotten of all folks. You know what I mean? You put yourself out there, Mark. Put yourself on blast. You can blame yourself for this one. But I like it because, you know, it's a big shot of media coverage for us. We're going to get our fill of Raiders coverage, and especially for us local cats, because we're not going to get news coverage after this year. It's going to be gone. NBC Bay Area is going to be covering just the Niners, and that's it for us. You know, sports radio is all but pretty much announced this at this point. So this is going to be our last farewell to accessible media coverage, unless you're tuning into like the Vegas outlets or not. Silver and Black Today is a show out there. They do a show on CBS Sports Radio. They also host it as a podcast, and that's a good show. You guys start tuning into that now, and that's going to be probably your primary coverage going forward. But for those of us, you know, those of us in the Bay Area, this is our last hurrah. And those of us not in the Bay Area, you're going to get a lot more coverage than you've typically been used to getting. So, you know, soak it up and just roll with it. That's the positive. But yeah, I hear you, man. There's two sides to it. And Jen, I think you touched on that well. The organization very much against it for obvious reasons. But us as fans, all we can do is sit here, soak it up, and enjoy the mic'd up John Gruden all offseason. It's going to be fun.
Right.
So Hard Knocks is typically focused on players that are brand new, maybe undrafted free agents, maybe the hot new draft pick. Maybe it's going to be Pharrell. Maybe it's going to be Jacobs. He's definitely got the backstory. And it generally also focuses on a journeyman player that's looking to start fresh and get on with the new squad and kind of turn their career around. So in your opinion, just kind of on the spot here, Jen, and we'll give you our opinion and our caller's opinion, but what are three players, maybe one of each, however you want to mix it up, you know, a vet, a rookie, an undrafted guy. What are three players you expect or would like to see under the spotlight for Hard Knocks this season?
Well, if they was bright, you know, they would pick, in my opinion, Hamster. Yeah, for sure, because you know your boy Lynch ain't gonna be there no more.
Right.
Go ahead.
Oh, Che just said right. Yeah.
No, I'm just agreeing with you, dog.
Oh, yeah.
With you.
Yeah. No. Your boy Lynch ain't gonna be there no more.
Mm-hmm.
And they drafted a young rookie, basically saying, if you want to tote the rock with any amount, you got to show us why the rookie needs to learn from you. Yeah. And I think that's awesome. You know, and he's going to accept the challenge. Everybody's talking about because of the young rooks pick number. What was he, number 25? His backstory and all of that. And hey, man, I feel it. You know, me myself, I went from homeless to owning a home. You know, all them stories about me being in Christmas Hill Park. It's because I didn't have nowhere better else to be. So, you know, if you put in the work and drag your, you know, and his dad did that. His daddy put in the work and he kept his son focused. So that's a great story. But, you know, I want to stop calling him the Hamster. His name is is escaping me right now. What's
Doug
his
Martin.
name?
Yeah, Doug Martin.
Yeah, Doug Martin. Thank you. But to be honest with you, it ain't being said in the media, but Doug Martin don't give a damn about his backstory. Bruh, Doug Martin's trying to come for his own resurgence to show why he belongs in the NFL, and he's an Oakland native in the last season or maybe the last season where they playing. So
It's true.
I think that's going to be real interesting to watch. Of course, the tight end, the youngster Waller, he ain't even no youngster, but he ain't really. I mean, I guess you can call him a youngster because he ain't get to play too much, but he's a vet. And all eyes are on him because of the coaching staff, you know. And I don't know if that was part of the plan, is to be like, look, be on it because everybody's going to be looking at you. He's saying the right things when he has his interviews about, you know, trying to stay clean every day. But if he was on performance-enhancing drugs, I don't see why. I don't know because I ain't never been on them, you know. So I'm speaking ignorantly right now. But if it's performance-enhancing drugs and not something that you're doing for pleasure, and you know you can't fuck with it because everybody's looking at you, then I don't see that being a problem. I think he's going to have his head on straight and that he's trying to make his resurgence. So I think that's going to be a real good look or highlight to have a player on. And then for the third one, bro, what about another veteran that's been on the team that nobody's really talking about that's supposed to be making the comeback? What was the defensive tackle name? Oh, goodness. He just got drafted a couple of years ago.
Oh, are you talking about Eddie Vanderdoes?
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Eddie Vanderdoes. Right. And so, you know, he's been on real hush-hush. Ain't nobody really been talking about Eddie, you know, on nothing. And so to have him back in the rotation, because when we drafted him, bro, everybody was expecting him to be maybe a star, you know. And so let's see what he could do.
Yeah. Those are good responses. I like that. Che, what do you think? What are your three players, man?
Well, I think you were on to something when you said Waller, right? Early on, you said Waller, and I was kind of at first I was like, well, I don't think he's on the cusp because the way that everybody's talking about him, right? But definitely as like that guy that's trying to like turn his career around, right? So I could definitely see them following Waller around. I like Jent's pick of Vanderdoes. I do like that pick because Vanderdoes started off really good. You know, he was tearing it up those first couple of games, and then he got injured, and then we really haven't seen much from him since. And by all means, this team drafted his replacements, right? And so, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would like to see what happens with Eddie Vanderdoes as well. I want to see, you know, does he make the cut? Does he turn it around? And maybe he's in a consistent rotation with the guys that we have in place. Those are two good picks. I don't know what about let's see, a rookie, Hunter Renfrow.
No, that's a good story. Yeah.
You know, everybody's really high on Hunter Renfrow, but there's a lot of receivers on this team. You know, there's a lot of receivers.
Or Mad Max.
Yeah, there's another one, right? There's another one. What are they calling him right now? They call him the Stork 2? Are they trying to call him the Stork 2?
Are they really?
I thought I saw something like that. Or at least one of the coaches said he looked like what did he say? Nah, he didn't describe him as the Stork, but he tried to call him like something. He's like, he looks like like a Cadillac. That's what he said. He looked like a Cadillac coming around the corner, man. But maybe we got to give him that old moniker, man, of the Stork. Maybe he needs the Stork.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes on that.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it'll motivate him, dog. I'm not saying he's the Stork, dog. I'm just saying maybe it'll you remember that guy that we had on the team that we used to call Lil Howie?
No.
You guys don't remember he wore 75.
Okay.
Ooh, white boy too.
What happened to him?
And he had a couple sacks and we're like, oh shit, Lil Howie.
Nah.
And then he disappeared real fast. He disappeared real fast.
Jersey.
Shout out Lil Howie.
Jerseys and nicknames should be procured.
He was a fraction Howie. Fraction of a
jerseys
Howie.
and nicknames could be handed out after year 2. Hey.
No, man, but I think those are good picks, man. I would even say your boy Conley. Your boy Conley, because, you know, there was a lot of back and forth, right? Conley wasn't getting a lot of run early in the season, and then he redeemed himself, and then he found himself consistently on the field. So I would like them to follow him just to see his, like, progression. Because we already know he's going to be on the field. We already know he's the slotted number 1 corner on the team. But I would like to see his progression. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are just some names.
Yeah,
those are just some names, man.
People and players that are going to be on camera most often is going to be AB and Derek Carr, that relationship,
absolutely.
and Mike Mayock and John Gruden. As far as the 3 players that I think are going to be chronicled in this, I think your star rookie is going to be Josh Jacobs for the reasons that Jen detailed when talking about Doug. Just his storyline and everything. And I think even though he's not the number 1 pick, I think his personality, his storyline is just a little bit sexier than Cleveland's. So I think Josh Jacobs is going to be your star rookie that's under the spotlight. I think your sort of fringe youngster, and Heidi actually called this out, Lester Cotton Sr.
Okay.
Again, he ties back to Josh Jacobs, right, as a offensive lineman in Alabama. You know, he's a late draft pick. Or was he undrafted? I can't remember. I think he might have been a UDFA, or he's maybe our 6th pick.
I think so. I think he is undrafted. I'm not sure.
So undrafted free agent makes him a prime candidate for that, and especially an offensive line that's being rebuilt, built back up.
Yeah.
And then the vet, the journeyman that I would like to see with the camera in his face 24/7 is Richie Incognito.
Oh, shit. That's a good point, right? That's a good point.
We're talking about.
Hey, you're really trying to light some fire in some people's asses, Kenny, man. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I got the flamethrower right here, dog.
Let me run that back, bro. Run that take back so I can hit you with that hot take, dog.
I got
hit you with that fucking flame.
The player that needs the most airtime, the journeyman that needs a fire under his ass and everybody else's ass, Richie Incognito.
That's a flame. That's a hot take for you.
Flamethrower.
That's a hot take for y'all.
So, KCG on Twitter, he says Josh Jacobs not a fringe player, but his story's too good not to be focused on. Heidi, again, like I said, Lester Cotton and Keelan Doss, the wide receiver.
There you go.
Johnny actually said on offense, veteran DeAndre Washington. That would be interesting. And he also said Keelan Doss. And on defense, the vet, Worley. And rookie on defense would be Quentin Bell. So really interesting stuff there. And that's pretty much it. That's kind of what our callers had. I mean, our followers had, and you heard our callers' thoughts. But, yeah, so we'll see how it plays out. But definitely John Gruden's going to be the majority of that show.
Oh, yeah.
It's be interesting to see his conversations with Mike Mayock and the sort of behind-the-scenes stuff. When it comes to the roster cuts, Hard Knocks does go into the office a little bit and see those conversations. Obviously, you don't see any decisions being made on camera.
Right.
But they do their best to kind of stir the pot for the audience. A drama, they try to build up the drama a little bit, the suspense, Not drama in a bad sense, not drama as far as like Cheesemate's concerned, but just, that suspense of what's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Good answers all the way around the board, guys.
I think that would be where you would have to have some preparation for some of those young guys, man. You know what I mean? Have them be prepared and be like, listen, you might watch this show. You might see your name come up. Don't take it as a grain of salt. You know what I mean? Because we can't let you can't be getting in your head because your name came up in discussions about, whether or not, you're getting, you just got to go out there and perform. And let your performance, speak for you.
Yeah, just stay focused, right? Keep your head down, stay focused. And John and Mike, during this offseason, leading up to the NFL draft, they played the media like a bunch of marionettes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Leaks left and right. Done intentionally, right? Let me throw this down the pipeline and see where it ends up. Expect them to do the same with the Hard Knocks. They're going to have fun with this. They're going to see what they can get away with. They're going to plant some bombs that may not be what they seem. And that's what I'm looking forward to is watching them subvert the whole situation and turn it on its head. So watch for Mike and John. They're media Jedis at this point. They've been on both sides. Mike is a former player. John, almost every position up the coaching ranks, including sitting in the broadcast booth. So they're very savvy folks.
Yeah.
Fool them once, Well, you're not going to fool them. Let's just say that.
Hell no, you're not gonna fool them. That, bro, when we got Mike Mayock, that changed the game for us, man.
Yeah.
That truly did. That changed the game for us. Changed everything. You know, that's like the yin and the yang. And that's what you want with a general manager and a head coach, or a head coach that's running shit, and a general manager that's making him, making sure he gets everything he wants, but making sure he gets everything he wants in a responsible fashion. And so, yeah, we're winning when it comes to that, man. It's a wrap.
Yeah. The good doc has a good point. He thinks Jonathan Abram will steal the spotlight. Abram's got a mouth on him, right? Abram has a mouth on him, so I can see that too.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I mean? He's going to be entertaining as well. I think this whole squad's going to be really entertaining. You know, the worst possible scenario is everybody loses their focus and this derails the team. I don't think the team's that weak. I think the best case scenario is you're going to get a peek behind the scenes at the camaraderie that's building on this team and seeing these guys having a lot of fun, seeing John Gruden hit them hard. And I think at the end of this Hard Knock season, you're going to walk away going, you know what? This team looks like they're ready. They're starting to come together. I like what I saw. I like this group. They're having fun. They're flying around. They're loose. They're fast. And John Gruden is running a tight ship. That's what we want to see. We want to see confidence restored to Raider Nation and go into this season going, okay, all the whispers, all the rumors, all the clickbaits, all bullshit. We got to actually see what's going on behind the scenes. It looks pretty airtight, pretty solid. So let's hope for something along those lines. Jet, next question. Fansided recently ran an article detailing 3 former Raiders the Silver and Black would miss in 2019. They singled out John Feliciano, and they say they're going to miss his versatility on the offensive line. Lee Smith as a leader and pretty much the glue at the tight end position. And, of course, Jared Cook, our number 1 playmaker last year. That's an interesting list. I don't necessarily agree with all those names. I think Jared Cook is probably the lock of who we're going to miss, depending on what Darren Waller does this season. Yeah. I think regardless, we miss Jared Cook. Waller's not going to get to speed that fast. But what's your list look like, Jan? What are 3 former Raiders that we're going to miss this year?
From last year?
Yeah.
I agree with the Smith take as far as Smith, he was the shit, bro. I like that dude. He reminded me of a John Ritchie. I ain't even out there, to go to the tailgates, to go to the football games. And I was jealous when I found out that after every home game, your boy Smith was out there having his own after-game tailgate, kicking it with the fans, drinking a beer with the fans after every home game. I mean, there's not a lot of players that do shit like that no more, no matter what squad they rep. So, yeah, I was sad to see him go. But let me think. 3.
And that's a throwback thing, right? Like old school Raiders used to do that.
Hell
right? Who we got left?
Right.
Richie Incognito, you're invited to the tailgate. Come do some coke with the boys. I'm playing, y'all.
There you go.
I'm playing.
There you go.
I got a seltzer water with your name on it. There we go. We're going to help my man out, bro. We're going to help him out.
Man.
Well, that's one name. How about we do this? I hate to put you on the spot like that. So Lee Smith, let's round this out between the 3 of us. So Che, why don't you take one name? What's the name we're going to miss next year?
Who we're going to miss or who I'll miss?
Yeah, either one.
Either one.
Yeah.
KO, man.
Kelechi Osemele.
Oh, yeah, why I couldn't think of that one.
KO, man.
Show, you're right on that.
Yeah, man. I mean, KO was the shit. I had a lot of love for KO. I know, his last couple seasons didn't go as well as that first season, man. He came on like fucking, he came on like a train, dog, and everything just worked out beautifully, right? But I'm gonna miss him, man, because he was out there pancaking motherfuckers. It was like a weekly competition between him and Gabe and Rodney, and Penn, everybody was trying to get them pancakes, dog.
Yeah.
And they were always like pumping each other up, right? They're always pumping each other up, finishing each other's blocks off and shit like that. So I'm gonna miss KO, man, just for the sake that for the reason that he's just always out there trying to just go hard on motherfuckers, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just finish off blocks, even if it wasn't his guy. How many times did you see Penn like holding the guy up and then you see KO just come flying in, bow,
Smash it.
yeah, roll him out of there, dog. Yeah, man. So shout out to KO, man. We wish you the best.
Yeah,
It's sad that you couldn't stay a
sure.
Raider, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
I'm going to miss Marshawn just for him not being able to be on Hard Knocks. But I think the player that I'm going to miss the most as far as his impact is Jared Cook, man.
Yeah.
I know it was already on the list, but I'm going to say Jared Cook. You know, I'm excited about Waller, but he's not going to replace Jared Cook, not this year.
Yeah.
That's just kind of my gut feeling. So I think we're really going to miss Jared Cook, especially if this kind of new look offensive line doesn't gel right away. You know, that was a safety valve all last year for Derek Carr.
Right.
So that's either going to make or break Waller. If he can be that safety valve, maybe you see his career launch really quickly. You know, but if not, then we're going to be hurt really bad.
Right.
So I look at Jared Cook, and then, you know, just to kind of circle back around, Jet, you mentioned Lee Smith, and he was a glue on this team. You can go back to 2017 when the team came out for that Redskins game, right, and the offensive line knelt. Now, Lee Smith didn't kneel, but he did stand behind his partner, and he put a hand on the shoulder. And that move alone was a real symbol of where Lee Smith was on this team, regardless of what your opinion or your thoughts or your beliefs were. Lee Smith was firmly in the middle to try to hold everything together.
Yeah.
I think that presence and that spirit's going to be missed a lot in that locker room.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Caliche, that bro, yeah, I'ma really miss Caliche as far as somebody that wasn't on the list. But he was a glue in the locker room too, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
He was a glue. I think a lot of, you know, what he said that Raider Nation didn't like in his interview, and there was some, you know, 'cause some of this shit I was like, come on, man. But you could tell it was because his feelings was hurt.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
He really wanted to be a Raider, bro, and so, you know, I'd rather some shit like that being said instead of some old Warren Sapp shit. You know what I mean? With his bitch ass.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I said it, Warren, and if you upset about it and you hear it, you come to Kansas City and come see me because I want to lay hands on your bitch ass.
Damn. We went from super Mexican to Warren Sapp.
Yeah, fuck that dude, bro. He's a hater. You know, we didn't do nothing. And the reason why I feel the way I did, bro, is because when he came here, you know, I didn't do nothing but accept him and showed him love when he played for us, you know. And then for him to leave and jump on NFL Network talking the way he was about us, bro, it only made sense to me why this motherfucker was out here, you know, getting fired for being a trick. No trick-ass dude running your mouth about the squad. Fuck you.
And that stung a lot when it happened. And then it stung all over again when I read Behind the Raiders Shield, because there's a lot of segments in there with Warren Sapp, and it was very apparent that Warren and Al Davis were great friends.
Yeah.
Warren has tremendous respect for Al Davis. And then to go on after leaving the team and throw them in the dirt like that, bro, where's your honor at, bro?
Yeah,
Where's your loyalty? So, like you said,
nothing. He was
Mark.
He was like a blogger, nigga. Anything for views, views. And he was on TV, feeling big headed. And bro, I'm punching in his fat ass belly button. Get that dude.
You gonna hit him with that fucking King Hippo finish though?
Wiggle. His eyes blink up and down. Wiggle. And I'm not playing. If he gets upset about what I said, he come see me about it. I feel him. I'm talking about his manhood, all that. If he got a problem with it, in Kansas City, I'm right by the airport. It ain't hard. You fly in, fly out. I won't tell.
Pull up, hop out, air out.
Yeah.
Jet's gonna make it look sexy. You do it, man. Shit, we'll be there to cover the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, live podcast from Jet's house.
Fire episode.
in the backyard. And regardless of who win, I'll crack a beer with them afterwards.
There you go. There you go.
I'll crack a beer with them afterwards. Like, yeah, you came down and handled your business, or you got your ass whooped. Either way, how it go.
That's real right there. And Jen is very close to the airport, Warren. So, just know he's not bullshitting. He's going to make it real easy for you before he makes it real hard for you.
Man.
Make it real easy to get your ass whooped.
There you go. There you go.
Live on YouTube, bro. You're going to break the internet with that one, bro.
Yeah, but like you say, Kenny, man, it was the fact that he's probably the only player that I feel like that about. I don't even feel like that about Jamarcus Russell. You know what I mean? He was a buster, old lean selling ass motherfucker. You made all that money, you still over there trying to sell lean. What's wrong with you, bro? Play football. But besides that, Warren is the only Raider that I could ever think of that just made me want to vomit in my mouth afterwards. Just more because of how much I loved him when he came and played for us and how he performed. And then, and like you say, how he was, you could see the respect he had for Al. And then for him to act like that when he got on primetime TV, I was like, oh, man, he's a bitch.
Yeah. I hope this showdown happens, bro.
Jimbo Slice.
Yeah,
Jimbo Slice. I ain't even like that. It ain't even that serious. He probably whipped my ass, but that ain't the point.
So
it's
grow the
how
beard,
I feel about it.
Grow that beard out, Jen.
I would be the anorexic Jimbo Slice. I'm not in Kimbo's weight class.
Rest in peace, Kimbo Slice.
Yeah, rest in peace, Kimbo, man.
Shit, man, what else is going on out there?
I didn't even hear that. Kimbo passed, bro.
Oh, man, it's been a couple years, I think, now, dog.
3 to 5 years.
See what happens when you live in the Kansas City media market, how they just keep everything blanketed, man. That's terrible.
Man.
I need to get online more often.
There you go,
Slice. I liked that dude.
Yeah, he was actually a good dude. He's a good father. He was actually a really, really good guy.
Yeah, he was actually like the opposite of his appearance, right? Everybody thought this was big, scary, fucking terrifying dude. And he was actually like a fucking big ass sweetheart, man.
Wasn't he on Ultimate Fighter?
He went on the Ultimate Fighter, the show.
Yeah.
And this was after Dana White talked mad shit about him. Like mad shit. And then all of a sudden he came out on the show. And he went in there to try to earn his stripes, And he took an ass whooping. And he was just like, hey, man, I'm just trying to learn this game.
Dana White can get his ass cracked, too, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Dana White's an asshole. He is, dog. He is, man.
But, that's probably why he's as rich as he is.
Absolutely.
Most of the motherfuckers is assholes.
You're absolutely right, man. You're absolutely right. To be cutthroat like that, you got to be an asshole, right?
You know what, Dana White? You're a real asshole. Me and Joe Rogan gonna come whip your ass. Shit, what's cracking out there in KC, man? What's it like? What's Chiefs fan talking about right now?
Oh, Chiefs fan, they on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, I bet.
They could do no wrong. They obviously are not expecting the stats that they were able to amass last season. They're not even expecting the wins, but they're a little arrogant because they believe that 10 or even I say they're like 11, but they believe even as low as 10 wins will win this division. And I don't feel like that's the case. I'm really not trying to be a homer right now. But people finna be surprised, man. I'm real excited about this how like 2.5 months damn near. I know it's not that long, but it's gonna feel like it's that long of that road stretch where we don't get to play at home.
It's about 2 months. 7 weeks. Yeah, you're not far off.
I think we finna pull a Muhammad Ali on them, bro, and shock the world. I don't think we're taking a bunch of losses during that stretch. I think that the Raiders is gonna get everybody real excited this season. I'll give you a hot take. and this is not me being a homer, I think the floor for this team is 9 wins. Making it to 500. I think that's 9 wins is the floor for this team, and it's about to be seen. There's been a whole bunch of instances where teams have went from worst to first, and I'm not saying that we going to first. But what I am saying is we going to make San Diego or Kansas City. They're going to earn it this season, bro.
Hell yeah.
Because if you paid attention to the first, I know history don't always repeat itself, but it does. And if you paid attention to what went down the first time we had Gruden, bro, he didn't have the Max or the Amari Coopers. And to tell you the truth, people need to quit talking like Amari Cooper is a great receiver. Stop it.
Right.
But anyway.
Facts.
Well, at least not for us, he wasn't. I don't know what he's going to do for it. He might grow up and become a great receiver, and everybody be like, see, I told you Amari Cooper was great. But when he was for us, bro, nah. He was a whole bunch of disappointment. Ever since he got his ass whooped by Pac-Man on the field and didn't fight back, but then somebody bounced his head on his own helmet, I knew that was a problem.
And then was taking selfies with the man at the Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? Where's your dignity at? Where's your self-respect? Amari Cooper's going to be one or two things. He's going to continue to be an uninspired, lackluster wide receiver, or I fully expect him to get distracted by the bright lights in Dallas, because I don't think Amari Cooper's focus is on the football field. I just don't. I think you're going to see flashes of brilliance, but it's just not going to hold up over his entire career. He's a good football player in spurts. He just doesn't have the sustainability or the consistency to be considered great. And they're already putting that marker on him,
I mean, he did the same shit. Right. Really, he didn't do much different in Dallas, dog. He gained a lot of the yardage and the touchdowns that he had. He put him up in like a handful of games, maybe 3-4 games. And then other games, he was fucking silent. Yeah. He was silent. He was nowhere to be found. So, I mean, I'm still waiting to see this great receiver that everybody claims he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And but to get back to my point, the very first time we had John, bro, he jettisoned some shit, and on an 8-8 season, and brought in some new shit, and then we started funk rolling, we started clowning, and that's what I think is about to happen again. Did we go 8-8 the first time? No, but it's not the point of the record. The point of what I'm talking about is he came, he played a season, he evaluated who was really trying to do, follow along in his plan, who wasn't, got jettisoned, and and I'm not saying that was the reason why Matt got jettisoned. We all know that he got jettisoned because he had the wrong agent. They called me agent at the beginning. I was watching the little screen. That shit was funny. But yeah, man. Yeah, and the same thing. I believe. Just like I told you, bro, that I believe that we needed John to come back, and in my vision, we was gonna have the quarterback coach Rich Gannon, and then the shit almost happened. I was like, damn, the universe is listening to me. But we needed somebody to come in, and John Shoulder, he's a small man in stature, but at heart he's a lion. His shoulders is wide, bro. So all this in the media, them talking, tearing him down, he don't give a fuck about none of that shit. He came in to do exactly what he did, to play a season, to implement his system, to get rid of the motherfuckers who can't make it, and to bring in motherfuckers who he think could go ahead and push these young rookies that we got. And that's what he did, and we're gonna see the results. We will, I promise you. Everybody keep worrying about us not having a losing season. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
That's good, man. That's a good spot to end this on. Before we go, Gent, something brand new here we're going to start doing. Out there in the stands, every football broadcast, you see somebody's got a really clever sign that they're holding up.
Yeah.
What does your sign say?
away game killer.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
I was
like
gonna
that.
say something like, "Sap, come get some.
Sap, come get some.
Come catch these hands, Sap. Come catch these hands, Sap."
Because I don't like that dude, bro. The way he was talking shit on us, bro. I can't stand that shit, man. And for you to, like I say, I think it was because my feelings was hurt more than anything.
Man.
If it would have been some old average ass player that was on our team and then got off our team talking shit, I'd have been like, whatever. But my brother had a Warren Sapp jersey, bro. You know what I mean? And I lost my brother, and so for us, the Raiders are serious. When I was a little kid, like 4 years old, my mom and my dad took me and my brother to Lady Esther's for Christmas Eve dinner, bro, just to get out the house and shoot up to Oakland, and we had opportunity to eat Christmas Eve dinner with Jack Tatum and other members of the Raiders, bro. And so for me, it's part of like I said, my dad used to sell peanuts up in the stands. So for me, the Raiders, it really is a part of my family, and I accept it. Bro, you played for Tampa Bay, and I let that shit go. And accepted you in the fold and into my family, and then you ran your mouth on the people who did nothing but show you love, bro. To me, that's the worst. That's the most vile. Yeah. I can't dig that, but it is what it is.
All right, Jay, man, that's a mouthful right there. Respect, dog. Respect, and we'll get you back on the air real soon.
I didn't even know how I got on Warren Sapp like that because that was not my intention. But bro,
I'm glad you did, though. I'm glad you did. Yeah. We'll wait to see how that plays out. He might get his own Hard Knocks when it all shakes out. But
Warren Sapp ain't tripping off Jen or what Jen got to say. But one last thing. The reason why that was so funny about the agent in the comments on the little thing in the YouTube live too. When I was a youngster in high school, bro, I was part of the Gilroy Police Explorers. My mom. I lived in Gilroy, and there wasn't a lot of black people, and we black. So she was like, you know what? I don't want you to get shot by the police, so I'm going to make sure all of them know you.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
Smart.
Gilroy Police Explorers.
Hey.
So I used to be out in the parking lot at the Garlic Festival, and my homeboy saw me out there in the uniform, and they was like, Jen, we didn't know you was 2.5. Instead of 5'0", I was half a cop. I was like, oh, y'all dirty. But yeah, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been hella fun. I love y'all.
Love you too, bro.
And I'm going to listen to the rest of the show while watching the rest of the YouTube.
Oh, there you go. All right, brother. We'll get you on real soon. Thanks for coming on short notice. Much love. And we'll talk to you again very shortly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, bro.
Peace out, bro.
Bye.
The one and only Gent, man.
Yeah.
Pillaging Hall of Famer right there.
Hell yeah.
And a brother since before the show, man. So that's family. One last thing about all that. Sap, hit me up. 408-909 PJ. We're going to make this happen. Let's do some shout outs, man. Let's get out of here. It's time to cool off.
Let's do that,
We'll
dog.
go lay down on the driveway, bro.
Fucking sprinklers, dog.
Shout outs on Twitter. Gabriel Gutierrez. Also shout out to Haha Jokes on Me. Lino Montana, a.k.a. the Full Metal Mexican. Fabergé J, Raider Dre 1, Raider Girl 23, Luis Juante, David Gutierrez, Chris Carbone, Joseph Coker, Rose Stabler. Hey, big shout out to Rose Stabler, member of the Stabler family, also now a stand-up comedian. She was just on the East Coast Nation podcast. We're going to get on here soon.
There you go.
But we're going to let that ECN episode breathe. We don't want to steal that thunder. Shout out to Arctic Loser. She's a Twitch streamer. Make sure you check out her channel. Shout out to One Nation, not OneNationFanwear.com. He's not a off-brand poser. That's just his Twitter handle. So before anybody gets up in arms about that, let the man breathe. Shout out to Tony Jaramillo, Black and Silver Buzz, Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Thanks for hitting us up. We got our own network. Much love. Good luck to y'all. Shout out to Peter Jones, Wesley Branch, Twins Daddy 25, G.J. Steinhauser, Tom Fratcher, Jim Vianucci on ESPN Radio 101.7. You got some juice. If you're a Raider fan, we'd love to have you on the air. Stephen J. Medina, Juggalo James. Shout out to Bernie. Shout out to Jason Central Coast, Chalky Raider 73, Raider Truths, who once met Al Davis on acid. Was Al Davis on acid or was it you? Call in with that story. I want to hear about it.
Right.
Last but not least, shout out to Sergio Tadio. I hope I'm saying that right. Over to you for the IG shout outs.
Yeah, man. This is a short list. Okay. Shout out to Midwest JC. Shout out IZ Nunn. Shout out Bert.
Shout out to Jason Central.
Shout out Bert Tabor. And shout out to TB Kane, Raiders fan. And last but not least, I just want to give a shout out to my lady. She's should be tuned in right now. And shout out to you. Yeah. Shout out, love.
YouTube shout out to Demon Death and Tito Torres. Big shout outs for the donations this week to Dan Briggs, Richard Lacassi again, Jalen Davenport, that's Jay in Colorado. Shout out to Mark Zamora, man. We appreciate your subscription donation. Again, if you want to subscribe to us, you can click the link in this YouTube post. Also, the links over on all of our social media posts. You could be a one-time donator, or you could be a subscribed donator. Give us $1 every week or more, whatever you can do. Everything helps. And again, if you can't donate, make sure you leave us a review on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Leave us a review on the App Store if you got the app, what have you. We appreciate that. That is currency and it helps us out. And a big special shout out to Bobby Wasabi and VC for their generous donation to our sister Angria. Those two folks, they split off from the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, but in my opinion, they are still family.
Hell yeah.
Bobby was here last night, slept on my couch. And, yeah, that was, well, we'll save that story for the Crow's Nest when we get Bobby in here. Bobby, we got a lot to talk about, bro, so take a Monday off and get your ass over here. But Angry, man, we're sending our thoughts your way every day.
Yes.
Hang in there, lady. That's our sister from another mister, and we know we miss her. So, Ladies of Darkness on hiatus right now. Angry, I hope you can bounce back. My thoughts and prayers are with you. I'll talk to you really soon. We didn't get a chance to touch base last week, but we need to very soon. I wanted to check in with you, see how you're doing. I'll get that money out to you. I know it's going to help. So a very, very generous donation from Bobby and VC. We appreciate you guys. And I know you guys recorded today too. I hope that went well and good luck to everything that y'all are doing. VC, don't be shy, bro. Hit me up, dog. Yeah, man, big shout outs to everybody. Again, keep it coming. We appreciate it. We got a lot planned for this season. And by the way, good news, the van is now in operating order. So
yeah.
Tailgate's been saved.
Woo.
We'll be out there.
We'll be there.
We were talking about renting U-Hauls.
We were going to do whatever the fuck we could.
Yeah.
We're not missing this season.
It was going to happen, bro. Even if I had to cram everything in that Mazda somehow, some way.
Hey, man, does it have a rack?
Nah.
Oh, that would have been.
I could get one.
We could have added a rack on there, bro. We could have been rolling dirty, dog. Fucking ice chest, fucking barbecue grill on the top of the car.
I was ready to put a trailer hitch on that bitch, so.
Hey, that could have worked too.
Get smooth flatbed on there.
There you go.
Hey,
there you go.
Watch out for the hatchback, dog. It's coming. Be sure to listen to our network partners, of course, the Lady of Darkness, who are on hiatus right now. My new favorite show on the network, been a great show, but just really digging the new format with the Put On Waivers podcast hosted by Dwayne Douglas.
Yeah, busting out episodes, dog.
Yeah, and Jay Amato out there. So they've really condensed their format. They're putting out like just about 20-minute episode almost every single day. Shout out to the East Coast Nation podcast with Chris Potts and Monster Mash Ken. Big shout out to our brothers at the No Ledge podcast.
Yeah,
also, probably one of my favorites on the network. I probably shouldn't be exposing my favorite children. But hey, the No Ledge, if you haven't checked it out, check those guys out. Now, they are opinionated, and it isn't solely football. They talk about a lot of different things, but I just don't think they know how good they are. They're really good, and I think they're on the cusp of something special. So shout out to all of you pillagers that have supported them as they join the network. I'm sure they really appreciate it, and check them out. Also, shout out to the Inebriation podcast. That's a wild one. That's a real wild one from the same folks that bring you the Fan Club Blitz every week. The Blackout podcast coming soon. Help Sean get all of his gear set up. He's ready to go. He's doing some, he's sitting in a dark room doing some training right now. And that is actually, we've been saying it for a while, but that's actually really, really close. So you're going to want to check out Sean. He's definitely got a great personality and some great opinions and takes. He may not agree with all of them, but you're going to be entertained by all of them. I can guarantee you that. And last but not least, Che and my and Polly's other show, the Crow's Nest podcast, which is recording directly after this one. So it's be a late night for us every Sunday. We're here till about, 3 in the morning, huh?
Yeah, man. It's rough. It's rough.
And on Mondays, I'm like, fuck podcasting, yo.
Tuesday, it's like, man, that was shitty, man. And then Wednesdays, it's like, could do a podcast, I guess.
But we missed you guys. It feels good to be back in the studio today. I ain't gonna lie, I was getting a little burnt out, but turning on these lights, turning on these mics every week gets me fired back up again.
Yeah.
It's good to talk about some Raiders football, and I'm sure once we get some real action on the field, that
all changes, though.
It all changes.
It all changes, though.
Yeah. So hopefully we're keeping you guys entertained during this dead off season, and let us know if we are, and let us know if we're not.
Yeah.
We'll take the good with the bad.
Hey, yeah, absolutely.
But until then, Raider Nation, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mug. Pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined as always
by your boy Che.
And we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders.
Just win, baby.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town. Like a diesel motor, you never shut down. With your pistons pumping, you're mowing them down. It's a sight to see, they all lay their money down. When you're gone, mama, hell, you ain't acting right. When you're gone, mama, I can still see your eyes. When you're gone, mama, this'll be my last goodbye. When you're gone, gone, gone. When the sky is gray and the night sets